Vlogmas. I'm literally sat at my desk recording an intro to throw onto the video that I very cheekily split in half yesterday, both because nobody's got time to watch long videos during Vlogmas and because I thought then I've got a video for today too. So win-win. Winner chicken dinner. So today's video is the 12 relational ways of Christmas. So they're just some tips to keep relationships healthier over the Christmas season. Now to just take my own advice. Way 7 is to work out a strategy about family. So what worked best for us was to do this turn and turn about, where each year we would say to whose ever turn it was what meal they wanted to have us for, or when did they want to get together with us, what suited them, what were other people doing. That way they could say, well, actually we'd really like to get together for dinner, or we'd like to get together for lunch or breakfast, and it kind of took the pressure off getting to Christmas and having a mad panic about where we were supposed to be and what we were supposed to be doing and how we were going to see everybody. Way 8 is to remember to make time for each other. There's loads of pressure on at Christmas to be doing all kinds of things, but really setting that time aside to catch up, to debrief, to talk about what needs to be done, to watch a movie, to just hang out on the couch, to consciously complain, to strategize how we're going to handle that problem with the kids, are still really important to do at Christmas time as well, and they shouldn't just be shelved till, we'll wait till after Christmas to do all that, because those things, if they're not dealt with, they just fester, don't they, and they add up and they add up and they add up. Way 10 is to not become a martyr. This was something that I was in danger of becoming and often did become. Because I had quite high expectations of what I wanted to achieve at Christmas and the things I wanted to do and the things I wanted to make and the traditions that I wanted to keep, I could risk being a martyr with some of those things. So what really helped me was to work out what things I wanted to do because they actually brought me joy. So what things did I want to do for my family that made me happy? When I perspective took on those things, I owned those things for myself. I made time for those things. I valued those things. And I didn't become resentful when other people didn't make it their priority because it was a priority to me. But instead, I owned them. So therefore, I saw them as my responsibility. And if people joined in with that, or I needed a bit of help with something, I'm happy to ask and happy to have people join in. But ultimately, I do them because they bring me joy. I was talking to my son about it this morning, and I was saying, oh, what have I done? Like, what was I thinking saying that I would make 8 Christmas stockings this year? like, what is wrong with me? And he just went, Mum, he said, you love it. You love the creative process. Like, this is what you do every year and you love it. And I thought that was such great feedback, because there's a quote and it says, a friend is somebody who sings your heart back to you when you've forgotten the words. And I needed that this morning. I needed my son to sing back to me that I do enjoy the creative process and I do enjoy doing that. Work out what you love, work out your priorities, work out why you're doing it, and do the things that make you happy and bring you joy. Way 10, which may sound like it clashes with the point before, but actually it doesn't. And I think it's probably more crucial as your children get older, because I now have tween, teen and adult children. It can start to happen with children of a young age as well. To make Christmas everybody mucks in kind of time. Children can learn to peel vegetables, they can learn to set a table, they can push a hoover, they can do a bit of sweeping, whatever it is, they can actually learn those skills that actually when you start doing things with them around the house and everybody mucks in when you're trying to get the house ready or prepare Christmas dinner or make a dessert, it becomes less about the parents putting on this Christmas show and more about we're all in this together and we all get something from it and we do it for each other, which I think is a nicer way of doing it. I get that when kids are little, it's the parents' job to do all that and make Christmas as magical as possible. I get that. I'm not saying that that's not what we should do. Find ways to incorporate the children as well, because psychology will tell us
that when children do things, when they have responsibilities within a family, then they feel like a part of the family unit. And I think that that's really important, that they are a part of the Christmas traditions and what goes on as well, so that it's all of us together. Way 12 is, like it's a big one in our house actually, is to be aware of extroverted and introverted personalities at this time of year. An introverted personality is somebody who gains their energy by withdrawing, being alone, spending time by themselves, being alone in their own thoughts, being reflective, having some quiet time away from other people. An extroverted person, more often than not, gains their energy by being in social situations, feeds off that kind of atmosphere, wants to be with people, feels alive and rejuvenated when they're in those situations. Now obviously everybody gets tired, and you know, it's not like an extrovert will keep going and going and going, but generally that's kind of the way things work. I think it's really important at this time of year is to be aware of our own needs in that, but also aware of our partner's needs, but also aware of our children's needs, because children can be introverted and extroverted too, when they may actually want to just sit quietly and play, or go off and read a book, or just be alone with their drawing. So I think that we need to be aware of each other's personalities and each other's needs at this time of year. The 12th way of Christmas is to look at the 5 love languages by a man called Gary Chapman. Now, Gary Chapman has a book by the same name, and what he says is gift giving, quality time, acts of service, words of affirmation, and physical touch. And we all kind of fit into one or more of those categories. Like, most of us have more than one of those ways that we feel the most love. So when people affirm us, or when people spend time with us, or people give us a nice gift, or people do something for us that takes the pressure off us, you know, brings the car back full, chips the ice off the windscreen of a morning, spends some time giving us a massage, or rubbing our feet, or scratching our back. They are all ways that we can all feel love, give love and receive love. Now, I think it's really important to be aware of those kinds of things at Christmas time, because gift giving is just one way that people feel love. If your primary love language isn't one of those things, you actually feel loved in different ways. You know, you might feel loved because somebody gives you somebody to come and clean your ovens, like as an act of service, or makes you a book of vouchers for activities that they'd like to do with you, spends some time giving you a massage, or rubbing your back, or rubbing your feet, you know, because you're a physical touch person. Spend some time writing down all the things that they love about you. Just a thought for something to be aware of, not just with our spouses, not just with our partners, but also with our children as well. It's just a nice thing to be aware of, really. Anyway, I've rabbited on for long enough. I've been Maria. I just want to say thank you for hanging in there, thank you for listening, and thank you for being on the journey with me. And catch you on the flip side. Bye.